broke, exhausted, and feeling guilty every time you mention money, then this video is going to change everything for you. Your spiritual work is sacred. It really is. But undercharging isn't humility. It's sabotage. And it's keeping you stuck. And I'm going to show you how to price with integrity and actually thrive, because the world needs your medicine. It really does. But it needs you sustainable, not starving. But first, let me call out exactly what's happening in your business right now. You say you're charging $50 for a session that changes somebody's life. This used to be me, by the way. I was actually less than that. And you're running a 6-week program for, say, $297. And that transforms the entire relationship with themselves. Yeah? You're giving away your most powerful work for free because you think what good spiritual people do. That's what you do. Yeah. And meanwhile, the business coach with half your gifts is charging $5,000 for a program that teaches prestige. It's true, by the way. It really is true. And here's what's really happening. You think charging your worth makes you greedy. You think, or your value, because a lot of people, it's not my worth, it's my value. Yeah. But some people see it as the same. And you think money corrupts your gifts. Bollocks, absolute bollocks. Because you think if you were truly aligned, abundance would just flow without you even have to ask for it. But here's the brutal truth. Your undercharging is not serving anyone. Not you, not your clients, not the world. Because the world really does need your work. They really do. Yeah. You're not humble, you're hiding. You're not generous, you're scared. I know, because I've been there. Yeah. And that fear is keeping your gifts small when you're meant to be seen. Remember, everybody's a paradox. Mine used to be lack. I was stuck in lack and scarcity. What's the paradox of lack and scarcity? Generosity. So my generosity, I would give everything for free, give everything away. I just want to help. I just want to help. Probably that'll be you too. And I used to be the poster child for broke spiritual entrepreneur. I didn't think of anything charging thousands of pounds for a dress, a wedding dress, a special occasion dress. Didn't think anything of it. And yet I was charging less than 40 quid for sessions. People would thank me through their tears. People were going to a psychotherapist or a psychologist, 20 years, one session with me, and we got more cracked and opened up and changed in that one session than she had in 30 years of going to a psychotherapist. You know, I was running on empty. I was even running on resentful as well, if I'm being honest with you. I'm wondering why everyone else seemed to be thriving. I was barely surviving, barely surviving. Now, I had a client, brilliant energy healer, who was charging $75 for a 90-minute session. This will be for most of you. Some of you will even be less than this. And she was working a 50-hour week. And she had a 6-month wait list. And was making about £2,000 a month. $2,000 a month. And when she came to me, she was burnt out and she was bitter. She was really bitter. And I thought, she was saying to me, if I just served from love, the money would come. 6 months later, she's charging $350 for 60-minute session and only working 20 hours a week. And she's making about $8,000 a month. Same gifts, same heart, just different relationship with her value and with her worth. The work didn't change that she was doing. The worthiness, the value did. How she's seen it. She stopped apologizing for her value and really started owning it and seeing her gifts as gifts that really could help people. So here's exactly how to stop sabotaging yourself and start charging what you're worth. Understand that undercharging is spiritual bypassing. Let that sink in. You think you're being humble, but you're actually avoiding responsibility and responsibility for your power, for your impact, for your worth. When you charge only $50 for work that's worth 500, you're not being generous. You're being dishonest because you're lying to yourself about your value and you're lying to your clients about what transformation costs. And I always remember a doctor saying to me, when I used to charge like less than 40 quid for a 2-hour session. And I remember a doctor saying, I nobody come near you. And I was really taken aback because they knew how powerful my work was. And what they turned around and says is, I wouldn't come near you because to me, you don't value what you do because you're only charging less. I think it was like something like 35 quid or something. You're only charging 35. So that tells me you don't have any value in what you're doing. And that really changed something within me. I got it. I really got it. Just I hope you get it too. Because you're not only lying to yourself about your value, you're lying to your clients about what transformation costs. Yeah. Sacred work deserves sacred investment. And the more that someone invests in something, the bigger the transformation they will have. And just think about this. Your transformation is not cheap. Stop treating them like they are. Recognize that money is energy exchange. You're not selling spirituality, you're exchanging energy, your time, your gifts, your years of training. Think of how much money you've spent on training. Me alone is like 350 grand, not hundreds, thousands of pounds that I've spent on my trainings. You've got to recoup that back. Your intuitive downloads, your energy capacity. That $50 session, it includes years of training and certifications, decades of your own healing journey, hours of preparation, because a lot of times you've got to prep, and integration, giving them feedback next to your 48 hours, checking up, seeing if they're okay. Your energetic field is holding space for transformation and the lifetime of experiences that created your wisdom. Think about this. The plumber that charges $100 on an hour to fix pipes. You're fixing souls. Price accordingly. Shift from that scarcity to abundance consciousness. And if this is you, this is what's happening here. So do the inner work. Bloody do it, because it does. Your 3D world will show you. Even when you're feeling that tension and when you're upgrading your price and what have you, because I know I've did it. I had that nervous, anxious reaction. That's just tension. Walk into it, because by the way, when you walk through that tension and the person says, yes, I'll take that. And by the way, you just don't do it with the first person. You do it with about 10 people before you say, that's too high, you need to come back down. Don't do it with the first person. Keep going and going. Got it to the 10 and you've still got to know, come back down. You went too high. Yeah. You think there's not enough money to go around. You think everybody's charging more means someone else can't afford healing. Bollocks. It really is. You think you have to choose between money and service. I see this all the time. It's all lies, guys. It's all lies. The people who can't afford your higher rates, they weren't ready for your next level of transformation anyway. The people who can't invest properly, they're going to value the work more and get better results if the people that are going to invest, because they're more invested in their transformation. I've just seen it from both sides. And the energy healer that I mentioned, when she raised her rates, her clients started showing up differently. They did the homework. They implemented the guidance. They respected the container. Why? Because the investment creates transformation. Free feels worthless. Think of it yourself. When you get things for free, do you follow it through? I know I certainly don't. Sometimes, but most of the time I don't. Because free feels valueless, worthless. Cheap feels casual. The things that I've paid through the nose for, I've really worked my back end off because I've put that money in as this is me. I'm invested. And this is what your clients will be. You're not a vending machine. You're a sacred vessel. You're not selling time. You're selling transformation. Instead of how much per hour, ask, what transformation am I creating? How much is this worth to them? What would they pay to solve this problem? Permanently gone. Just like that. How much energy does this require from me? Here's a real example. A client who was charging $100 for intuitive business coaching. I asked her, what's the result? And she said, they make their first 10K month. And I just started laughing. I said, well, if that's the case, then charge them $2,000. It's a five-time return on investment. It's true. She's now, she went one better. She's done $2,500. She's fully booked now. Yeah. So here's where your ego, that sacred little ego, is going to try to sabotage you. But I want to help everybody. I want to help everybody. Because that used to be me. That's all. No, you don't. You want to help the people who are ready to be helped, who are ready to invest. The ones that are ready to invest in themselves. The people who do the bloody work. Yeah? Or you've got that other belief, money will corrupt my gifts. Money's neutral. Your relationship with money is what needs healing. Being broke doesn't make you more spiritual. It really doesn't. It makes you unsustainable. However, I don't have enough experience to charge that much. You have exactly the experience you need to help the people you're meant to help. Stop hiding behind not enough and start owning exactly. Because the coach is making 10K months, because this is a big figure in our arena just now, are more gifted than you. They really aren't. They're just more willing to own their value, own their worth. They're not more spiritual. They're just more sustainable. They really are. So here's what I want you to do right now. Have a look at what your current pricing is. Are you charging for transformation or just for time? Pick one service and double the price. Yeah, just double it. Double the price. See how that feels in your body. And drop a comment below. Now, if you're feeling restricted or heavy or, oh, no, I can't, you've got work to do. Drop a comment below. Let me know. What's the transformation you create that you've been undervaluing? And if you're ready to dive deeper into why your spiritual business isn't attracting clients, even when you get the pricing right, watch my next video. You see it here. Because pricing is just one piece of the puzzle. And if you want a complete system for building a spiritual business that honors your gifts and pays your bills, come over to the Spiritual Awakening Academy. It's a new school, it's free. There's a link down below. And this is where we are helping spiritual entrepreneurs, healers, light workers, learn to bridge the gap between sacred work and sustainable income. Links down in the description. And it's only free for a certain length of time. So please come over now. Come and help us. Let's say it's new. We're building it. Your gifts are not casual, guys. Your transformation is not cheap. Your work is definitely not a hobby. And you're certainly not meant to be broke. You're not meant to be exhausted neither. Yeah. You're not meant to apologize for your value. Definitely not. You're meant to be seen, valued, and paid for that sacred work that you do. Start owning it. Stop hiding behind humility. Start owning your worth. The world needs your medicine, but it needs you sustainable, not starving. Subscribe if this lit you a wee bit of fire under your arse. Share it with a spiritual entrepreneur who needs to hear this. And I'll see you in the next video, where we'll be talking about marketing mistakes that keep your clients away. Your work matters. Your worth matters. Start acting like it.